Hello, my name is Bill and welcome to Mind Your Crypto. Today we are going to do a time analysis. When is the bear market going to end? And of course we are going to have two theories behind it. Before we begin, do not forget to join our monthly subscription and I hope that you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Let's go right now to see BTC USD all-time history chart in the logarithmic scale as you can see right here. And what are these that I have drawn? The blue ones are the bull cycles. Okay, how long did they end? For example, how long did they last? Actually, 243 days was the first one. Look at that. And secondly, what are we having is the bearish cycles, the bearish markets. How long did they last? So the first one you can see back then on 2011 was very quick. It was like a 6-month bearish candlestick, although we had a minus 93.75% correction, right? Huge correction going on. But anyway, you can see the logarithmic scale. We had the correction and then we went all the way higher. You can see that after we lasted 731 days, a significant actually improvement from the previous cycle. And then though the bearish market was 638 days, if you divide the 638 to 731, you get this number right here. And of course the 0.65 comes from the 153 days if you divide it with the 253. And then towards the 2015 we had an 853 days, right? That's crazy. We had an improvement from the previous cycle. You can see that, all right? So therefore we had, after a very bearish market of around on 2018, look at that, from 2015 to 2017, and then we had 2018 right here, a very huge bearish market that lasted 365 days, almost 1 year, exactly 1 year actually, around there. You can see that after we had a pump, and I'm not taking the Evergrande episode into consideration because we had this same trend from the previous all-time low that we have for this cycle, actually not an all-time low but a low for this cycle back on 2018 on 1st December, this month right there. You can see the low, and then we were going all the way upwards. We had the Evergrande episode, but then we had immediately huge buying pressure, and on the monthly frame we kept going higher and higher until we reached the highest of this cycle, right, on 69,000 Tether USD. Okay, so you can see that we pumped for 1,066 days, a very huge bull cycle, more than the previous one, more than the previous, and so on. So we assume that every bull cycle is lasting longer and longer than the previous one, right? Crazy stuff right there. And of course, we do not have the same with the bearish cycle. What I mean by that is that we do not have, for example, a declining or an extension, a steady extension for the bearish cycle. So we cannot assume that the next bearish cycle, for example, will be more than 365 days, could be less than 365 days. We have seen quite some differences over the previous bearish cycles, right? So let's go into another fact right there. What we have is we want to see every halving period of Bitcoin, all right? And now we have it on 20,000, I think that it is 2024 May, yeah, probably it is like that. Okay, it is on May. Let's see right now, when did we have the last uptrend? So if we do not take into consideration right here the Evergrande episode, then we had a beginning from the next bull cycle a little bit earlier than the halving period, and it was a lot earlier actually. If you can check it out, the uptrend started on 1st March 2019, and the halving episode would happen after 1 year. You can see though the crazily bullish sentiment we had it on the exact halving episode, right? You can see 1st April 2020, then we had a pump going on, and then on 1st October 2020 we had the crazy impulsive wave on Bitcoin. But in overall, this bullish cycle started earlier than the halving episode. Okay, so we cannot assume completely, for example, that Bitcoin is going, for example, to make a pump on 2024. It might be 2023, but I'm going to talk about these theories as well. Okay, so what are we having for Bitcoin is that the first theory suggests that we are having, when the supply delays will get solved out, and when we are going to have actually a very quick recession, because we had some very, very unlucky, and of course we couldn't predict, unpredictable events, the war and the pandemic. Okay, and these financial advisors all over the place and the smart money are thinking that this should be a very quick recession and we should be getting higher fast. So inside the 2022, we're seeing a swing high. Okay, many others believe though that this is a longer recession. This is a normal recession that happened through the unpredictable events, but it happened, it occurred, right? So we are going to see a recession going on, and we are going to the point where we will go after many years. So for example, it could last 2 years as usual, okay, 2 more years or 1.5 more year until we get our feet back and until we proceed towards a better economical situation. Anyway, these two theories, based on these two theories, we could have, say, different topics. So for example, this bearish cycle right here, if we go on the price, date and price range, this could last, according to the first one, the first theory, could last around 1st August 2022, maybe 1st October. So let's say that we are having 334 days until we see the next pump, right? This could be the case, right? Yeah, could be. Or we could have a more quick uptrend right here. You can see that it lasted 365 days. All right, so therefore, or we could have a more quicker, right? We could see that we are going down here and eventually we are going to get fast upwards. So this is the first theory. So inside the 2022, we should be seeing the bottom, and especially between the months of July and October, around there, maybe November. Okay, I would say July and November, we are seeing the bottom, and then we proceed towards the next all-time high for Bitcoin. The other theory though suggests that this is a longer recession and it should be going all the way up to the 1st May 2023, maybe even longer. Okay, and we are going to see, for example, until the 1st October 2023, 699 days of bearish trend. Okay, this should be devastating around the 1st November 2023 and so on. We should be seeing the bottom, and therefore, yeah, we are going to see the pump on the crypto market around there. Okay, because the crypto market might behave a little bit differently than the Nasdaq. As you can see right here, for example, what we have is that the Nasdaq has woken up and it is going a little bit higher right now, but BTC is not going higher. And if we type right here, you can all do that, BTC USDT, okay, and we divide it with the Nasdaq, the 100 Nasdaq index, then we're going to get a point into we had a very, very nice bullish pennant right here. And actually, we lost the bottom trend line and we had something that we did not expect. We are underperforming against Nasdaq for now, okay? And we are not outperforming it. At least I do not think that BTC against Nasdaq is going to have an uptrend in the next 2 days to just cover all these minus 11%. I do not think so, right? We cannot have this crazy bullish right here to cover this up. If this happens, then it is very, very good, of course. And we have something else that it is quite bad as well. The Ethereum against Bitcoin chart, we do not hold the neckline as well. Okay, so yes, we do not have something very, very hugely positive right now to talk about, but we have something, the Nasdaq index, that we could see a swing high of relief. Anyway, to go a little bit onto the short-term price analysis, we closed at 28.6k on BTC USDT is 28, I think 625. Okay, so from there we cannot assume that we closed below the 28.7k. Okay, these few cents we cannot assume that we closed below. And what are we going to have is that right now, these days actually are very crucial. Okay, they are very crucial because you can see that what are we having right now is that if we lose this line, we do not have many lines to protect us, so therefore we could go all the way down, right? And if we keep holding that, then we have many chances into seeing finally this 31.8k that we are talking about all this time. Yeah, there are chances that we can see that. We are talking about this for so long. Let's find out if we can manage to go there. These are crucial days for crypto. We are going to have a huge volatility coming on pretty soon enough. Look at the Bollinger Bands. They're pointing out, the top line is pointing down, the bottom line is pointing up. Look at this. We are going to have a huge volatility pretty soon coming into the market. I hope that this is for the best. I do not want this to be for the worst anyway. Look at that. BTC USD right here with the bearish trend. Let's hope that this is the first theory that will play out and we are going inside the 2022 to have one more rally, and then we are going to have the real bearish market for like 1 year. Let's find out. Okay, we can see everything. It is the first time that we are seeing 9 weeks consecutive of a bearish trend rate here. Look at that. First time we haven't seen that again in the crypto market actually, and something might be good to be prepared with the Nasdaq pump. However, we underperform against Nasdaq for now. Do not forget to join our monthly subscription, Patreon/MindYourCrypto, and of course see you soon with many more videos. Bye.